pleasure is to welcome you all. First of all, I would like to give thanks and appreciation to the most gracious, that is the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for making it possible for us to gather here this afternoon and witness this great achievement that will be done soon. In that light, I advise and encourage us all to please pay key attention to this particular program and let us ask questions when it's time for questions and when it's time for contributions. You are all welcome to this program. We thank you all. Asante sana.
Great students! Great students! Thank you. That is the passion. Good afternoon to you all. It has always been a privilege, and it comes with humility for me to have the opportunity to speak to gangatoires of academic Bugattis, academic Ferraris, the best of Sierra Leoneans with the best of minds in this country. The people that Sierra Leone look up to, the people that the destiny of this country is going to lean on in no distance time. Please put your hands together for yourself. You know that to pay for ID cards, our national ID card in this country costs 1,450 euros. For our university authorities are asking for 500 euros. And you said our student ID card is more important than our national ID card? No! Do you know that you are paying for professional fees?
Thank you very much, Mr. Berry, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I still see myself like one of you. As the president was highlighting your problems, something ran my mind. All of you were clapping happily because all of you know those are your problems. But one thing I know that is lacking is unionism. And for as long as you don't have unionism, you will never achieve these goals.
So good afternoon, boss, and welcome to Njala Info Blog.
Thank you very much.
The audience would like to know your name, please.
I am Njala. I'm the Executive Director for National Youth Service.
All right, Mr. Unana, being the Executive Director of this National Youth Service, so what are your core values?
Well, we have a mandate at Act of Parliament since 2016 that gave us the responsibility to recruit, train and deploy graduates for a period of 1 year in institutions.
Okay.
Why we do that is to make them competitive in the job market.
So what are the criteria of students to be part of this noble institution?
Okay, so because it's a youth program, first of all, you must be 35 years and below. You must have graduated from a college or a recognized university from 2016 upwards, and you must have a degree recognized by the national educational system of the country.
So why do you insist in this aspect of being a degree holder before you be part of this institution?
So anything that becomes law in a country goes through process. The initiators of this one said you should be degree holder. I started telling you guys out there that we have now gone to Parliament again to amend the Act. So our mandate for now is the 2016 Act. And when once a law is being made, the only law that can revoke it is the same people who made that law.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell viewers your name, please?
I am Mohamed Bonafa, President, National Union of Sierra Leone Students, NUSS.
Okay, so I have some few questions for you today. The first one is, as the president, how will you ensure that all students have the resources they need to succeed on campus?
Well, it is not my business to support students financially to ensure that they pursue their education, but it is my business to ensure that I advocate, lobby, and give quality representation to every student in this country. That is the main reason why we are creating a level playing ground for every student to strive adequately. That is why we had to bring the NUSS National Youth Service to Njala University, Mokone to be precise, to ensure that students are given the education about the NUSS, its existence, why was it even created, the benefit that comes along with it, and all of the rest. So I am pretty sure that students will make due use of the opportunity.
Okay. Next question is, what skills do you believe students should possess in order for a successful advocacy?
Well, I think for every student that wants to ensure that you advocate adequately on behalf of your colleagues, you need to master your quiz language. I think when you know how to speak, you'll be in a better position to advocate and talk to your colleague students. That is the more reason every student should ensure that they take their studies very seriously, because when you know your area of study, you know your discipline, you will always be in a position to deliver. So I think the English language is the major thing that should be taken into cognizance when you want to advocate for your fellow students.
Okay, sir. So what message do you have for our viewers out there?
My message has always been short. We are doing this for God and for country. This is a selfless service. This is a service that we have to do to ensure that Sierra Leone becomes a better place for all of us, because we are going through a lot and we do not want the next generation to go through what we are going through. So that is the more reason why we have to push all the stakeholders to the corner to ensure that the necessary changes come into play, because when these changes come into play, that is the time we get to realize that Sierra Leone become a better place for all of us, because the shoulder of the future of this country rests on us. So I am pleading to the government, to all stakeholders that have business to do with education in this country, to take the business of students in this country very seriously. We have an increment in fees, we have the extra charges that we are still struggling with. We want all of these things to be eliminated, because if we have an increment in fee, we have a lot of students that are paying fees for themselves. We have a lot of parents that do not have jobs. They have to go the extra mile to ensure that their children go through education. But if we want to put the bar very high, it becomes a problem for them. And when it becomes a problem for people to educate in this country, it becomes a national issue. It becomes a problem for Sierra Leone. So we want to ensure that the right thing is being done. We want to ensure that the government take the students of this country very seriously, and every other person that have business to do with education, to see that education is being prioritized.
Okay, thank you, sir.
It's a pleasure.
Okay, good day, guys. Can you tell viewers your name?
Saya Umaru.
Married to Koma.
Okay, so what department are you from?
From the Department of Institutes, and from the Institute of Food Technology, Nutrition and Consumer Study under the School of Agriculture and Food Science, qualifying year student.
Nutrition and Dietetics and Institute of Food Technology and Consumer Studies, School of Agriculture.
Okay, so what were your expectations attending this particular event today?
Of course, my expectations was a good sum up of students here on campus, but it was rather unfortunate that a lot of students didn't turn out. But again, we thank God for those, and we appreciate for those that turn up. And it was a great session, having the NUSS President and the Director of the National Youth Service Commission to be in our campus here.
Well, for me, my expectation was having the NUSS President tell us why he was not coming to our campus and what are his plans as a NUSS President. But I guess that was not discussed. He did tell us that he will be coming next month, so we're hoping.
Okay, so like attending this particular event, what are some of the things that you learned?
Well, we learned that you being a graduate, it is very much essential for you to enroll and apply for the NUSS program, the National Youth Service, in which, as they highlighted, that they are not giving you the job, but they are creating opportunity for you to have a job. Yeah, and in which it is very much essential for young graduates out there. We have all seen the dense economic situation of the country right now, where graduates don't have job. So I encourage all graduates that are watching this to apply for the NUSS service.
Well, for me, I think is it expectation again? Sorry. Oh, okay. One thing from the commissioner himself, he said this NUSS program was funded because of graduates, right? And most graduates are out there with just the university understanding. Like what I've learned here is what I would take to my office, which that's different. What you learn from the NYS is actually what's important. The NYS will teach you what the corporate world is looking for, what the corporate world wants, what they are seeking, what these employers are seeking. So that's exactly what I learned. I learned that it's not basic what they are going to teach you here, it's about what you are going to see at your office.
Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good day, sir. Your name, please.
Yeah, good afternoon. I am Kanda Ibrahim, the then Director General of Education in Last Students Union Government, and the host for this year's program on campus, that is the Visitation of the National Youth Service, in collaboration with the National Union of Sierra Leone Students. I am the pathfinder. I am a pathfinder, and with me I have a particular formidable team which we are seeking for development on campus as pathfinders. There is our first program we've hosted, and the attendance was very great, in which it exceeds 200 students on campus. That means these 200 people that were present, their voices have been heard, concerns have been heard, and we've also talked to the National Union of Sierra Leone Students President, that is Rex Bonafa, to look into the welfare of students on campus, at the Njala campus.
Okay, so coming to this event today, what were some of your expectations?
Alright, as the host, that is the pathfinders as host, we are expecting greatness, and indeed the greatness was done. So like I was expecting the NYS and the NUSS Commission to help us also to hear our voices, our cries as students on campus, and definitely it was well addressed.
Okay, so during the show, did a specific speaker like motivated you more to your university work?
Alright, yeah, indeed. The Executive Director of National Youth Service motivated me, and also Mariatu Koroma motivated me also in this process, because her words were sounding as if she is an angel from heaven that is come on earth to bless the studentship of Njala University and to make sure that Njala University is being moved to another trajectory, being moved to another level, being moved to another aspect of development, that is positive development.
Okay, so thank you, sir.
We are pathfinders, we will deliver.